Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Hi there. Thank you for joining me. I've got some comments. There we are. Hi, guys. Thank you for being with me. Hi, Nina. Here you are again. Thank you for joining me. So, Instagram. At the moment, I'm still over here before we start a project. Guys, when you join me, just let me know where you're watching from and say hi to me. My name is Angela and I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a premier retailer for Dixie Bell over here in Europe, actually in Germany, near Frankfurt. So welcome, welcome. It is 10 p.m. over here, so it is pretty late in the evening. Hallo, liebe Anja. Hi, Christine. Thank you for being with me, guys. So who is there? Nina, Christine. So how are you doing, guys? We are having all different weather over here. We had sunshine over here in Frankfurt tonight. In the north of Germany, they are expecting snow at the moment. We are expecting some more rain. Hi to Texas. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Virgilia. So that's great. Happy to see you guys. To Mexico, or New Mexico. Okay, great. Hi, Michelle. Happy you're there. So tonight we have a pretty fun project. My German followers and some of my English followers already probably seen it. I've done it in the German live last week on an actual project. I can show you when we're finished here. It's like behind here, so I can show you that. Hi, mein Hase. We are going to do some pinstripes. I've just got a sample board behind me. And what we need for that, we need a base color. The base color I've chosen Peony. That's one of my favorite colors. I've chosen for the stripes themselves Midnight Sky, which is a very dark gray, almost black. And I've chosen for the pinstriping the new Mousse by Dixie Bell, the diamond, which is a pretty silver. And we're going to mix that a little bit to like let it dry a little quicker. You know, this is another, well, it's not a trick. It's just like something you can do to enhance that, so to say. I also have some tape. Two different tapes actually. You can see they have like different widths, and that's what we basically need for our Hallo Liebote. Hi Yvonne. Today or tonight I'm having some more our colors, so to say. I'm having tape two different widths. You're gonna see why we need that. I also have some top coat in satin because I want to have some crisp Highlander. I want to have some crisp stripes. So this time I don't want to have any bleeding the paint underneath the tape. So that's the reason I've got satin. I'm going to explain it to you also. There's like two different ways you can achieve that. I have my flat small, I have my flat mini, and I have an artist brush for the pinstripes. So let's get going. I already started with some of the stripes. You all know how I do that. You know, I put down my tape, then I take some strips of tape as to take the distance in between, and then I'm going to put the next strip of tape. So for this, for the pinstriping, I'm putting down a row of the, now also, if you have a project where you're not sure that that the tape is like going to be equal from one to the other end, what you could do, because it's not said that they all have to be the same, you know, the same width or something like that. What you also could do, start from one end and start from the other end, and in the middle then you have maybe a different width, you know, so that makes it a little more how do you say that in English, a little more symmetrical. So now I've got it. Sorry, sometimes my brain. So I'm going to start on the top here now. I already started at the bottom. I'm going to start at the top here. I'm laying down a coat of the thin tape. So as I said, the base color is peony. Then I'm going to take my spacers with the wider tape. There and there. If I have like longer strips, I put my spacers down on both ends. And so I'm going to move you a little over. I'll put the spacers down on both ends. Hi, Jill. Hi, Christina. Balanced. That's great. Yeah, thank you. That's balanced, symmetrical. Guys, you're great. Thank you for helping me out there. So now I'm going to put the next strip of the thinner tape on here. As I said, if I have like longer strips to make it easier on me, I put the spacers down on both ends basically to give me a relation or a guideline on both ends. So move those down, the spacers. Gonna go here. I'm gonna come the next row. Oops, not like this apparently. Like this. You could measure those also. You know, I have people who measure those. That's the way I do it. I'm not the measure type of person. So now I think, how am I going to do that? I'm going to, let me think. I'm going to, because this is now, either I'm going to leave it that width, which I'm probably going to do, just to make it like a little fun looking. I'm just thinking I have like different tapes, or if I'm going to use this at the end. I will do that. Yes, I will do that way. Good. Don't need those. I will need those. You see where we're going. So now I'm just making sure I've got that pressed down nicely. As I said, we don't want to have, or I don't want to have any bleed through, you know, under the tape. So firstly, I'm making sure the tape is nicely onto the board. This is just like, it's pretty rough actually, you know, there might even be, but we will see. There shouldn't be the way I do it now, but you never know. So if you have like a normal furniture project, this is the way you can paint crisp stripes. So what I do now, you can seal for crisp stripes. Yeah, painter's tape. Yes, I'm almost running out. I've got to get my sweetheart to get me some more. That's a great idea also. You can do some harlequin diamonds in the middle also, yeah. But we stick with the stripes tonight. Where was I? Okay, to get crisp stripes, there's like two ways. Either you can that's also the way you can do it. I just started, you know, on the, then you have to measure the middle. As I said, you know, you can do that. Great. You know, start in the middle, you measure the middle, and start in the middle, go to the outside. I hate measuring, you know, I hate measuring. Most of the time, you know, I'm just like mismatching. So, you know, I do it the easy way. I start from both ends and I meet in the middle. So it's for me much easier. So I'm blonde after all. You can either seal the edges with some sort of top coat, or you can seal it with a paint. If you have like a one color finish underneath, you can use the same paint color to seal it. If you have hi Becky, shit. If you have like a blended finish underneath or something like that, you can use a top coat. So that's the way you can do it. I'm going to use both methods so you can see, because we have to do like two stripes basically. So this stripes now I'm going to seal with the same color I've used for the stripes, which is the peony I've got here. So I'm using the peony chalk mineral paint. For those people who don't know the paints, they are VOC free. They are water based. They've got no smell to them whatsoever. You can nicely use them also indoors. Obviously you shouldn't swallow them, but you know, they are very easy to use, and they're VOC free, environmental friendly. So this is a great paint, and it's a chalk mineral paint. So mix it up nicely to make sure that all those beautiful ingredients are mixed with each other, and you gain the full benefit of the paints. So that's what I've just done now. I grab my flat small, and I'm just sealing the corners there. I'm trying to put that this way now so you can see. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go up and down. Just like grab a little of the paint onto the brush, and I'm just going along the edges of the tape now. And the idea is that if something is bleeding under the tape, that's the color which is underneath. That's the reason I'm using this color now. Still, I'm going up and down. And this is basically, you know, sticking onto the tape now, and afterwards nothing is going to go under there. Next row, I'm going to do that all the way around. So you can do that all with Dixie Belle products, you know, all products you have on hand, your paints, your top coats. You don't need to have an extra product to do something like that. And guys, if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. So they dry really quickly. So when you do that, just let them dry. Normally, I'll use the heat gun in a minute just to get it going a little quicker. But I hope you can see everything. Yeah. Ja, Becky, geile Farbe. Liebe ich auch. So. It's cold at your place too, Sandy. Okay. Oh, hi, Marlene. Hi to Belgium. So Europe is also in. It's great. How's the weather in Belgium, Marlene? It's probably pretty similar to us over here in Germany. While they do expect snow up north. I just heard on my German live, which I had a couple of hours earlier. So there we go. See that. And okay. 2 more rows to go. I'm mesmerized. Oops, there's my fur baby. I think she likes that color too. Yeah, I can imagine that. That's the climate is too mild where you are, isn't it? Jersey you're at, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not a snow person. I don't mind. You know, I'm a summer person. I want to have my flip-flops. I'm always wearing at the moment my thick boots. But I can't wait to get back into my flip-flops. So, last one. And this, what I'm doing at the moment is basically I'm sealing the tape off. So if there's any of the paint going under the tape, it's the same color, which is basically underneath. So that's that. Now I'm going to close that up straight away. Make that pressy a little bit. I always have my baby wipes close to me to make sure that I clean the lid area off a little bit. I'm a pretty messy painter. I have to apologize. That's the way it is. So I'm trying to get better. Yeah, we had a lot of rain here also, but I think nature really needed it. You know, the last years have been very, very dry over here. Hi, Chess. Good to see you. Yeah, me too. I also freeze. So I'm going to dry it quickly. So when you paint, just let the paints dry on their own. You know, they have like benefits like self-leveling and stuff like that. So it's they dry quickly anyway. I just want to get going, otherwise we here till midnight. Like my time midnight, not your time. It's not going to take that long. So then I'm going to come in with my stripe color. I'm going to come in with my stripe color now, which is my Midnight Sky I'm using. I've chosen for tonight. Below 60 and above 80. So I'm in degrees Celsius over here, so I still haven't learned what that is in degrees Celsius. So sorry. Linda, in Norway. Okay, I'm not gonna ask. I know I'm a motorbiking person also. I'd love to go to the North Cap, you know, through Norway and stuff like that. And a couple of my friends have done it. And in summer, you know, like our time summer, like June, July, they send pictures with snow. So I'm like, I've got to think about that. Apart from that, I don't have time, you know, because you at least need about 2 weeks or something like that. And I can't take 2 weeks off in one go, not in summer. So, but maybe one day, you never know, maybe one day. So mix them up nicely also. Always do that. Don't forget it, you know. And also you can, you don't need to, the only thing you need to do to your project when you use the Dixie Belle paints is you need to clean it. That's the only thing you have to do. So that's the only thing you have to do. Nicely, because if there's any grease or dirt or dust or whatever on there, no paint or no product is going to stick to it. So that's what you have to do. So now I'm going to grab my mini brush and I'm going to paint the stripes. What's the time? 20 minutes. Okay, good to go. Painting right out of the jar, just like dip it in there, wipe it off, not too much paint, and apply it on your project. So probably gonna get another lamp in to do the second or the second tape on there. The black is not an easy color because we want to measure or we want to see basically the you want to see the where the tape is underneath. So always thin coats. That's what I do. I mean, it's up to you what you do. You know, I'm not saying what I do is like the way how you have to do it, but I like to use thin coats. You can see the great coverage anyway. And I'm going to come in with the second coat anyway. So you can use also the mister bottle if the brush, or you can also mist your brush, you know, if you feel that the paint is dragging. That's what you can do. Don't want to make it too wet because I probably reactivate the peony underneath, as I didn't give it much time to dry at the moment. Oh yeah. Well, you know, that's the thing. You know, the older we get, the more paints we have. That's the wider stripe. Then we may do something on top. We will see. It's too much paint. The light is not very great at the moment, but that's wrong. Not like it usually is, but you'll see. I'm blind as a bat anyway. So there's still some. I think I've got that now. 2 more stripes to go. I love painting stripes, and I love doing different patterns with them also. And I usually, because my projects are rustic, I usually don't mind if there is some you know, bleed through or some leaking under the tape. But for those type of stripes, I like to be crisp. So first coat, dry that quickly. Just check for some ooh. Oh my God, Yvonne. I hope you feel better soon. You know, back is pretty bad. Yeah, well, we see in a minute if I can see. I've got like a little lamp. I'm going to bring it in a minute. Marlene, yes, I do, but not yet. So we do that later. Oh, yeah, Florida is nice weather. Okay. Need my heat gun. Sorry, guys, it's gonna be noisy. A little noisy. Depending on the, I've got a screen, sorry. depending on the room temperature and humidity where you're around, the paint, they dry, in about an hour. So that's pretty quick for paint. I think that's pretty quick. So second coat. We're thinking now she's drying it, now she's making it wet. I just like to do that because the brush just glides a little easier over the surface. So you can see the great coverage. This is the second coat. I'm going to dampen the brush also. So 2 coats. Even there's like a pretty bright color underneath. They'll do the job. I'm not soaking it. The Mr. Bottle from Dixieville is like a very fine mist, and it's just giving it a little bit of moisture to make it easier. So I'm always first making sure I'm covering all the areas. Which is somehow with this light tonight, I just don't know. Either my eyes are tired. So the last one, I'm just gonna go 1 length down. Anything missing? Yes, that's Yvonne. I know. Don't remind me. You can see Yvonne is watching me longer. She knows what I am capable of. It wouldn't be the first time I'm showing my projects. Absolutely, I know. Thank you for reminding me. So there we go. Long stroke. It's a nice thing that mini brush is just a little wider than this strip to paint, which makes it pretty easy to have like a long strip at the end. So second coat done. Put that to the side. Clean the lid. I'm trying to become a good girl with my paints. That's right. But, Yvonne, you use what you've got on hand, This, it's not about that you have to have like all the perfect stuff. This was a Christmas present from my sweetheart. So I've got one for my birthday and one for Christmas, because I'm jumping, from one studio to the next. There's like, I've got a studio down in his basement. It's like a studio. It's in his, it's like the heating down there, and I've got like an area where I can paint. So I'm very grateful for that. We do have a long distance relationship now for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in summertime. Can you believe that? Yeah. They work fast, but you've got to be careful. I know. That's what I always say. Do as I say, not as I do. So now we have like complete coverage of that stripe. And now we're going to tape off the area for our pinstripes. Guys, I'm completely stressing out those things. Including charring them. So just keep that in mind. right to those paints and how brilliant they react. So now, remember we had as spacers, we had the wider tape. So I'm gonna come in with the, yeah, you want 10 years long distance, keeps the love fresh. So now I'm gonna come in with my thinner tape, and I'm going to put it, hang on, I'm going to put it sideways again. It makes it easier for me to measure, and I can see the stripes better. So I'm applying it over the painted area I've just done. I can't really see with this light, so if they are wonky at the end, that's so that's the first one down. So let's get I've got to, sorry guys, I've got to get the light. Hang on. I've got to get light. I've got to get a light to make it a little easier. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's better. As black is sucking in basically all light around. Oops, oh, guys. Concentration, Mrs. Bailey. Concentration. Concentration. Down here and down there. So when you do that, make sure you've got a better light condition than I have at the moment. Either that or I'm pretty tired. Okay, this is now the wider stripe. Paint is still wet on top here, so this is not going to be very nice, but I'm going to use the really wide tape I'm having. I'm just placing it in the middle, basically. Just placing it in the middle. Middle. Go. And then we have like the normal strips again, where I can use the thinner tape. So where's the beginning and where's the end? There it is. How do you know where you put the tape, please? Okay, I'm putting it, I'm going to bring that a little closer to you. I'm putting it, I don't know if you can see where we've painted the stripes. So there is hang on, there is the tape we've put on first, which is here, which is just here, and there we've painted the black. And I'm putting the tape where I've just painted the black. You know it is? Can you see that? It's so difficult to see with that. I think now you can see. Now you can see over here. This is the area where I've painted. So just gonna turn that around. It makes it easier. No, I'm not gonna turn. No, I'm going to turn it around. Covered in tape, guys. So, sim tape. Let's sync. Sync, sync. Sync, sync. So I'm putting it, as I said, as the spaces I had before was the wider tape, and I'm basically putting now the thinner tape on the area we painted, because the spaced area is basically where you put the black. So forgive me if it's not completely symmetrical and equal at the end, but this is basically so you can get the idea what this is all about. Okay, put that to the side, down. So now, as I said, I want to have crisp stripes. I'm going to press that nicely down on the edges. I'm not, I don't mind the middle. I just want to have like the edges nicely down. And you can, as I said, you can either use the color which was underneath, or you can use a top coat. So for this one, I'm going to use the top coat in flat. Not in the middle of the other tapes, in the middle of the stripe I've just painted. So that's where I've put it. If I would put it in the middle of the other tape, I would paint now on top of the other tape, which is underneath. So unless it would be thinner, but this is, I'm putting it over the stripe I've just painted. So because I want to have the pinstripes outside of the, I'm going to show you. This is difficult to explain. Yes, Michelle, I am. How did I learn this technique? Honestly, I made it up myself. I don't know. I'm sure somebody else has done it before, but I just wanted to do it, so that's the way I've done it. It is pretty easy. It is a bit difficult to explain, but it is very easy. So you paint your base color. You have two different types of tape, two widths, so to say, one thinner and one wider. You put down the thin tape as the tape to cover, and you use the thicker tape for the spacing. So then you paint basically the area with the thicker tape, with the spacing of the thicker tape. You paint it, so you have like a wide strip, and then you put over the wide strip the thinner strip, and then you have on both sides of that tape like a thin strip where you can paint your pinstripe. A thin strip, you can paint your thin strip. Yeah, you know what I mean. So now I'm just going to, this time I'm taking the top coat in satin, and I am just going to go over the corners of this tape, just to seal that off. So, and underneath here is now the midnight sky. This areas here is still a tiny strip of the midnight sky. And this is what's going to be painted now with the mousse in diamond. And then I'm going to take it off. I don't know, somebody asked if I take off the paint, the tape while the paint is wet. I actually do that, yeah. while with the chalk mineral paints, as they are flexible paints, it's not that much of an issue. There are some paints which are really, you know, dry. You may take or you may crack like the edges, you know, but that doesn't happen with the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle. So now I'm basically just sealing off like the edges of this tape I've just put down, because I don't want to have anything bleeding underneath there also. So, and those areas you see here where the peony is peeking through, those are the areas where the other tape is put down. So Anya, you know what's coming out, don't you? So almost there. Dry that quickly. Top coat's also water-based from Dixie Belle. So there are some of my German followers on here. I just earlier tonight I just had a live in German where I basically showed all three top coats from Dixie Belle. So that's that. Close that to the side. Now I'm going to use the mousse in diamond. The new mousses by Dixie Belle. They are dropping everything. They are water-based. Let's see. This is some of the paper. Take them off. They are water-based, and you can use them, you know, just like a gilding wax, basically. That's correct, Jill. I've done it on the German Live last week. Yeah, on that dresser. So, what was that? I'm ruining all my. Those were just like some cheap crafting spatulas. I think I've got to get some nicer ones. So the mousses, as I said, water-based. So before you use them, mix them up. And you may notice if you have like different colors that they do have a different consistency. The diamond, the silver is like semi, it's not, yeah, they have different consistency. They're more runny, less runny. This one is just in the middle. And the reason they have different consistency is because they are measured by weight, and the metal particles in there, they do have like a different specific weight. I think that's what I call in English also. So I'm going to put a little in here. A little always goes a long way. So then I'm going to grab my, you can definitely use them like that. You don't have to do what I do. You can use them like that. They're water-based. And so they go, they will dry, you know, solid. But they'll need a little longer than a gilding wax or something like that, as they are water-based. So I know I keep repeating myself. So I'm going to use the top coat in gloss, and I'm going to grab myself a little spoon. Little spoon, just like, hang on, just like, where am I? There am I. Just like a tiny little bit, not much, just a little bit. Don't want to have too much in there. This is basically just to give it a little I don't want to have it stretched yet. I want to still have like the full coverage. So this is just like a tiny little bit of the gloss. The reason I'm using the gloss is, you know, this is like shiny, the whole thing, and I want to keep it shiny. So I don't want to have it any other way. And the top coat is going to help it to dry a little quicker. So close that back down straight away. It's closed. And I'm going to use just that brush I just had for the same artist brush I just used for the yes, it is, Ivan. So okay. Now a little goes a long way. So I'm just like dipping it in here and I'm wiping it off on the side of that jar because I only want to have like a little. And now I'm going over the sides, over that thin stripe which is left here for the pinstripe. I love working with the mousses. They are so smooth to apply. This is how can I explain that? This is like almost like gliding, you know. And when you use them, you would think that they are like butter or something like that, but they're not, you know. They're water based. They're so beautiful to work with. And one coat is going to be fine. They are from the coverage, just like, you know, like gilding waxes. Just like difference is they are water based. So they've got no VOCs in them, which is a great benefit. I love working with water-based products. Can you see everything? Yeah, I think you can. Doesn't matter if you paint them up and down or sideways. So next one. And you can use them on ornaments and things like that, you know, just like a gilding wax. Just got to keep in mind, if you don't put a top coat in there, they will need a little longer to dry. Got to be a bit patient with it. But therefore, they are VOC free. So in German, you would say, one death you have to die. Probably doesn't make any sense in English, or does it? It is, isn't it? Yeah, the mousses are so lovely. I just love working with them. They are so gorgeous. Go. As I said, you can use them. You can use them like that also. You don't need to. Let me think. There we are. Where are we? There we are. There we are. Confusing myself. What's the time? Okay. So, and you could also see how quickly the top coat dried because I didn't even use a heat gun on that one this time. So I'm starting basically straight away putting the moose down. And as I said, just use a little of the product, because the thicker you apply, the longer it takes to dry. I'm getting poetic. The thicker you apply, the longer it takes to dry. Oh dear, I think I'm drinking too much coffee. Sorry guys. Sorry. To die for. No, to die for is it's not quite the meaning what the German version means. It's it basically, you know, if you would translate it, it would mean, you know, you can't have everything. You can't have the cake and keep it. You can't you can't eat the cake and keep it. So that's probably more what it means. So to die for, if I have it correctly, to die for is if you really love something, or yeah, death, guys. Oh dear. So almost finished. One coat will be fine of the mousse. There's the mousse loose around the mousse. There we are. Get the right area. Looks like I just had the right amount mixed here. Just about. Just need to do one more, so please be enough. It'll be enough. It'll definitely be enough. So you see, I'm not very gentle now, also putting it down, because I've sealed the edges down, so they should be fine to go. So that's it. That's it. So I probably will have to touch up the corners, because the paint was still a little wet there. So first strip. Second strip. Speed it up a little. Some more. Some more. Same time. Are you seeing that, guys? Okay. Here comes, ta-da! I love this so much, guys. So, and basically now you can see what happened. You know, this is the area which I taped off first, and this whole area, including the silver stripe, is the area I've taped off secondly. So, see. Speed it up. Let's speed that up. And also, guys, you know, I've been completely stressing out this paint. This has just been painted. There's been like tape put over it straight away. There's been like a heat gun put onto it. So there's complete stressing out your paint. So what do you think, guys? I love it. I love it. I really love it. I hope you too. I hope you too. So this is the tape we put on first. This, including the silver, was the tape we put on second. No, this was like the area we left free. It's like the big spacer. It was painted in a midnight sky. Then we've put over this area the sin tape, and then we've done oh, hi Brigida, that's great. Yes, please watch the replay, Brigida, that's great. So guys, thank you so much. So I'm gonna bring it up close to you also, so you can see how crisp the stripes are. Even this board, you know, this is just like a cheap, very cheap rough board, and it's like completely, and look how shiny the mousse is. That's so gorgeous. So guys, you've been very patient. 1 hour. I'm sorry. So I hope you like that. I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm so happy you stayed with me all the time. This is the way I do the pinstripes. I hope I gave you some ideas and you would like to try it yourself. Again, my name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen and Helden, and I'll check for some questions if I missed something and answer them for you. If you haven't done it yet, guys, please pop over to my page and leave me a like there. And if you want to shop the products I've used, go over to the Dixie Belle page, check for your local retailer. If you haven't got one over in Europe, I'm very happy to help you out, but please always check for your local retailer first. That's very important. Guys, thank you so much for being with me. You have a safe night. You have a great weekend, and wherever you are, and I see you next week. Bye, guys. Thank you. Oh, and you can also distribute this video if you want to. Thank you. Bye. Night, night.